website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, when you play any line, any solo, any lick, you often forget how many options you really have of expressing yourself. And that's like, if you want to learn to speak to people or speak in front of people, you want to learn to do talks that engages people, that is just so exciting. Then you want to practice how you express yourself, because you can be boring. You can say, okay, here's the information. I'm going to give it to you, and that's it, right? They might as well read it in a book. So why are you there? And the same thing goes for melody. If you play a melody just by playing the notes, that's just the story. That's just the information, right, in the song. What you need to do is you need to phrase, and that's a matter of expressing yourself. And in this video, I'm going to give you the key to being much better at phrasing. And sometimes you discover that you're not very good at it. So you need to practice some more, you need to focus, but that gives you the inspiration to do it more. I use this exercise over and over again to really push myself to become more interesting when I was soloing. And it's really easy. What you do is that when you're playing, you have a jam track in the background. In this case, I was playing C minor, then I was playing an F minor chord, then a B flat major, and then a G major chord. And you can use the C minor pentatonic scale, you can use the C natural minor, and then with that twist of the C harmonic minor at the end, just to, get you there. But then when I start playing, I focus on not just on playing the notes, I focus on how many phrasing elements I can cram into how few notes, right? So if I'm playing one note, just let's say I'm playing one note, it got a tad of distortion on it, I can just play the note, just pick it, I can hammer it on, gives me a different sound, I can slide up to it from, let's say, a whole tone below. I'm still just playing that note, but I'm initiating it from a note below. I can bend up to it. I can do vibrato on it. Or I can do sliding and vibrato. I can slide down to it from one scale note above. I can do a upstroke pinch harmonic as I do that. Or I can do vibrato and pinch harmonic and sliding. Or I can bend up to it. You see how that, and the beginning point was, right? That's just the information, right? I can do a hammer-on up to it, and a pinch harmonic, upstroke, which is just hitting the pick and then the tip of the finger. Or I can do a pull-off down to it, right? So many options. I can bend down to it. So I can bend the string first, put my finger on the note, and then bend the string. Right? And I can do that with every single note I play. The slower I play, the more distance in between the notes. That should spark or initiate more phrasing techniques always, right? Why? Because we don't want the digital information. We want emotion. And emotion is expressed by your phrasing techniques. And also the melody, of course. I was just putting some phrasing techniques in there. That's an emotion. It has a certain... Right? Yeah. So everything has emotion, but when you add the phrasing techniques to it, you amplify that emotion. So let's try and do that with just a simple line. Let's say I'm playing the 10th, the 12th, and the 8th fret on the G string. That's the information. Now I'm going to slide up to the first note and do a pinch harmonic, right? And then I'm going to bend up to the second note, right? So, and then I'm going to bend up and stop. So I go, and then I stop the note by muting with my right hand. So instead of going, I now go, and then I'm going to do the last note in the 8th fret with a little, let's say, a pinch harmonic, a downstroke pinch harmonic. So I go, instead of going, right? And so what is this all about? Well, this is all about, having a jam track in the background. Let's just play a couple of chords. So we got some C minor, then F minor, B flat major, and then G major. And right? I'm also using volume here. I'm playing silent and I'm playing louder. Sometimes I'm mumbling, like you can't hear what I'm playing because it's such a, play staccato there, short notes. Sliding, instead of picking the note, I'm just sliding the notes on one string. And then some vibrato to increase. That's, there's so many options. A little bit of a trem. I was just pushing the trem just to get that. And I got some reverb on my sound, so I get to hear everything I play extra afterwards, which really increases the. Right? So my point here is to practice with focus. Always practice with focus. But you can practice structure in your soloing. You can practice scales. You can practice a lot of things when you solo. But in this exercise, what you focus on is adding as many phrasing elements to your playing as you possibly can. Find a couple of notes that sound really good over the chords in the background. So you have, and then the next chord goes, okay. Then. Hit those right notes at the right time and then stick with them. Just on one string or two strings, just find a couple of notes that really fits with the chord progression and then focus on cramming as much phrasing information in there as you possibly can and keep working at it, keep working on it. And whenever you discover that there's a phrasing technique you don't really master, you keep doing the same bend and it sounds like pulling a cat's tail, then you want to stop the music and practice bending, right? This is such a great exercise and it really makes you used to using a lot of phrasing elements. So you naturally become, you play with much more emotion because you're used to it. Like doing a talk, right? And usually you're bored, you go in, you deliver the information, and suddenly because you're practicing delivering it with every single emotional flavor you can, and you do that over and over and over again. Once you step out on that stage to teach people again, suddenly there's all kinds of stuff going on because it's a habit within you. It's something that you trained into your body, and that's what this exercise does. So close your eyes, or not if you have to watch the fretboard, and then put as many phrasing techniques in there. Sometimes you want to stop the music just to play one line again and see, okay, what can I do with this? Can I do vibrato there? Can I do could I bend up to that? And then start the music, play the phrase again. Sometimes you want to play the same phrase over and over and over again until you got just the right amount of phrasing, sliding, bending, vibrato, whatever it is on those 2 or 3 notes. I hope I've inspired you to do this because it absolutely changes your playing. And I also hope that I can inspire you to go check out the new program on our website, guitarmastery.net, which is all about phrasing. It's all about learning to phrase by combining just a couple of notes and putting as many techniques in there as you possibly can, and then training them in a loop. So go check that out, and then I'll see you in the next little video here on YouTube. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.